seems to be such an attack on the mind. Can you talk to us about that?
I think there's a rise in radiation and mental unhealth. I think it's going to continue to increase. I think a lot of it is spiritual. A lot of it is cultural. And a lot of it is because of the generation we're living in right now is the first generation in the history of the world in which we have windows into everyone's life through social media.
Yeah.
And so there is an increase in comparison. There is an increase in jealousy. There's an increase in envy. While you're watching everybody's highlight reels on social media, while there is a decrease in vulnerability and honesty, we're watching everybody's life. And so what that is creating in us is a addiction for an approval, an addiction for likes, a comparison with other people. And so when you have all of this happening at the same time, searches for affirmation, people pleasing, addiction for likes, windows of comparison, demonic attacks against people's minds, a decrease in biblical proclamation. You put all these things together, and then our easy access to all of these things on our phone, and you put all these things together, you have a generation that is dealing with a lot of mental struggles.
Yeah.
Right? I think we need to attack that spiritually and with God's word and sometimes with counseling. But if we don't want to have a conversation about it, if we're so ashamed we don't want to talk about it, then people continue to be silent sufferers. And I think there's a lot of silent sufferers because we feel like in the church we can't broach this conversation. We feel like it's awful sinful to say I have mental health issues. And because there's a stigma on it, it's hard for people to find freedom. But I could confess, right here on this podcast, that I know what it is to preach for 3 years and battle with depression and be on medication for depression and come off a pulpit and drive home and feel ashamed that I'm preaching the gospel to people and driving home battling depression at the same time. This is all of 2018, 2019, and 2020 going into the pandemic. I'm preaching to my church and driving home battling depression. I'm seeing a therapist, I'm on medication, and I'm feeling embarrassed as a result of that. And I've never really talked about this publicly, but I felt embarrassed. And I'm struggling